Thank you, everyone. Welcome back to the Hi-Fi Show. This is our 7th episode, and the series seems stable. I mean, it looks like you guys are enjoying these, and you are sending me a lot of videos. It'll take time. If you want to do the same, you're going to find all the instructions in the video description here below. Let's start immediately with our first video of today, starting now.
Ciao Guido, and hi everyone. My name is Alan, also known as Vintage Hi-Fi Lover on YouTube. I'm from Adelaide, Australia. I'm here today to give you a quick tour of my music system and an overview of my components. So let's get into it. As you can probably tell, I like big speakers. So I basically have got two systems running side by side. One transistor based and the other one valve based. The speakers playing at the moment are the ones you see on the far wide of the room. They are Tannoy Ardens from the late 70s. The drivers are 15-inch dual concentric. The model is HPD 385, made with Alnico magnets. The blue baffle speakers are JBL 4333A studio monitors. They are the relatives of the domestic version, JBL's L300s. For my vinyl front end, I'm running Technics SL1210 M5G model. The cartridge is a Denon DL160. This card is unfortunately no longer in production, but it was a very popular card back in the day, and I'm not quite sure why Denon discontinued it. So my phono stage is my preamp, which is two boxes. It's an Audio Research SP10 valve preamp. It was the top of the range preamp at the time when it came out. It's got lots of options in terms of cartridge loading, and you can fully bypass the signal when you're listening to vinyl. So it's an awesome phono stage. Along with the preamp, I also have a power amp, which is a D115 power amp. It's 115 watts per channel into 8 ohms. The bottom unit there is the power supply for the SP10 preamp, and below that it's a Isotech Solus power conditioner. The two albums you can see are my favorite albums, so Supertramp, Crime of the Century, and Getz and Gilberto. The stack on the left hand side, it's the transistor side of my setup. It consists of Luxman CO5 preamp and a Luxman MO5 power amp. Also 100 watts per channel, but in this case a pure class A. It's a twin monolith. So basically you've got two amplifiers in the one box. You might ask, you know, these speakers that I have, they are very high sensitivity. The Tannoy's, I think, around the 93 dB, and the JBL's around 95 dBs. So I really don't need that much power to drive them. However, I do enjoy, you know, the headroom that the extra power affords. So that's why, you know, I've got the system configured the way it is. The digital front end, I'm running a room. I've got a room core near my server, and I've got a Blue Node streamer going through Pontus, Denafrips Pontus DAC. And for CD player, I've got an Oppo BDP 105 Blu-ray player and CD player. Last but not least, the cables that I'm using, the speaker cables are Alpha Core Gowards, and the model is Veracity, which are wonderful cables. I really love them. My system is not about you know, top end detail or clarity. I really enjoy sort of the warmth, you know, sort of a bit more like not fatiguing sound. One of my latest additions to my system, it's not an electronic component, it's actually this the timber shelves, which you can see holding the gear. And I'd like to give a shout out to my friend Mike Hastwell here in Adelaide, who helped me put that together. It really you know, enhanced my enjoyment of my system, and so thank you, Mike, for that. Anyway, yeah, I better, you know, let you guys hear the system a little bit. So thanks again, Guido, for the opportunity, and yeah, I hope you like my system.
Okay, a little long, too long actually. I'm gonna have to cut a little few pieces here and there, but I'll try to keep practically everything. Please remember, you guys, that I am also putting a link to download some tracks, copyright-free tracks, if you want to show off a little bit, a few seconds of your system. Use those files, okay? That you're gonna find the link together with the instructions here below in the video description. Apart from that, wow, fantastic. I like this setup in general very much. The fact that you have dedicated a specific system for transistor and one for tubes is fabulous. I love that. How cool. I would like to do that as well, in order to have those comparisons very quick and close instead of detaching everything. Plus, having the possibility to have different speakers, I think that is very cool. If you enjoy both of them and have a different sound signature, this is the way to do it. Congratulations. Well, great stuff. Audio Research, Luxman, JBL, Tannoy. I mean, very, very nice system. Carefully built and optimized. Nothing too much, nothing over, nothing less. Perfect. Congratulations. Okay, let's proceed now with our second video starting now.
Hello everybody, this is Antonin from France. This is my little system that I wanted to share with you. Before I had a much different system, let me tell you a story. I had a much more expensive gear, bigger room also, which has to do with the dipole, why I changed. But basically, three people which I discovered, which you know, of course, Herb Riker, Steve Decker, and Devon Turnbull from Ojas, really changed my perspective on how to listen to music and what gear to do it with. And so basically what I have today is a DIY. I'm really into DIY. I'm trying to do also my own tube amps. So DIY speakers based on the Steve Decker Deckware ZF15M design with a Lee Audio large band driver. I added a Super Tweeter Fostex to it with high sensitivity also, which is firing up following the advice of Geo Research. And I found it to give the most coherent soundstage possible in that type of design. Then I discovered through Herb Riker the Line Magnetic brand. He was praising a lot the 845-1 tube amp, but I went for the 300Bs, which fit a little bit better my need, because I needed less power. I really needed what you call the flea amp. And before I had a lot of separates, monoblocks, and all this kind of things. And my experience with high sensitivity speakers in that type of design, in dipole, on large band, what works the best after many experiments is a integrated flea amp. And it changed everything in my for me on my type of listening. Then I added a DAC called everybody knows this brand, but AudioNote DAC 2 Signature. It's a very, very good DAC. It's old, but I compared it to all those new R2R DACs, and I like it much better. It gives a much better body to the sound and a awesome soundstage, really awesome realistic soundstage, which is basically what I like to have when I listen to music. As a CD player, an AC CD player, I have a 3D Lab, nothing fancy, but it has a very good drive mechanism to it. So that's why I selected it. It works very nice for my needs as it feeds the audio note, and I don't use the DAC in it. Then I have a turntable, the classic Technics SL1200 Mark II with a gold ring G1042. It's a really nice MM cartridge. I'm not so much into vinyl. I mean, I do listen a lot of vinyls, but I'm not crazy about it. I listen much more classical music on CD. So that's why I kept it kind of modest. Then I have the acoustic, esoteric acoustic research 834p as a phono stage. This is amazing. This is for at any price. I think it's really hard to beat. I discovered it through Stereophile. I had the opportunity to buy it used, and this is much better than much more expensive gear I had before. Then as a network streamer, I have the Lin Magic DS. Works very nice. I don't stream a lot, so this is way enough for me. But it does a very good job. I also have in the back a conditioner, a power conditioner. It's called the Puritan. It's a really good power conditioner if you're looking at power conditioner. I highly recommend it. Then I have a Real T7X. Before I had two, but I decided to go with just one, as it was two were too much for my room. Yeah, and it works perfectly for my type of listening. So this is pretty much it, except as you can see, I am very into acoustic treatment. I found it to be very valuable in a room to have the best soundstage possible. I highly recommend to anyone who think that clutter is good enough to try real acoustic treatment. It's night and day. Okay, thanks guys. I hope my video was entertaining to you and maybe brought you some ideas to try yourself. Bye-bye.
Okay, now, this is an evolved audiophile. Thank you for your submission. Great system. A lot of thinking, a lot of experience. You cut out and changed what wasn't working. You don't have any type of bias. This is clear. Even the fact that a lot of people say you have to have two subs, and you eliminated one because you didn't need that. Then you tried the super treaters, shooting up towards the ceiling. Then you did your own speakers. Then you managed to find the correct amplifier that was right for you. I mean, you explained, and thank you for doing that. Your evolution. Coming from separates, you decided then to go in the end to integrated. Congratulations. That is how you're supposed to do things. Even using a vintage DAC, fantastic, great idea. Why not? I mean, old stuff still has its purpose, and if you don't need a high frequency sample or things like that, I'm sure this audio note is amazing. So very, very cool. Even you're using that DVD player as a transport. I can see that you really thought everything out. Great a treatment, acoustic treatment of the room. Wow, love it. Congratulations. You're practically an emblem on how an audiophile should approach this passion. Absolutely. Good job. Oh, I forgot to mention on the prior person, the first video, because I'm continuing to see these techniques, which are decent. But now this guy, our French friend, doesn't listen too much to vinyl, so that's perfectly reasonable. But that other one, that's the weak point. I would change that and get something a little better. Just a side note. Okay, let's continue now, since this video is going to be a little long, to our third video, which from the preview I can see already it's vertical. Okay, let's see how it is. Let's go now.
Hi Guido, it's Giles here from England. There's our Jukebox Rockola Princess for the singles. 1962, all valves inside, all rebuilt inside. It's a beautiful thing. There's Nigel the cat, he's asleep. Records, CDs, tapes. So over here, Tannoy Cheviot HPD loudspeakers. not from the 70s. Rail Strata 3 subwoofer. Open fire, it's a bit cold. For streaming, I've got just an iPad, and down there is a original chord Hugo. Riga Aria 3 phono preamp. Turntable is a Thorens 160B with an SME 3009 arm and a Audio-Technica OC9 Mark III moving coil cartridge, which is quite a rare high compliance moving coil cartridge. It works nicely with the tone arm. There's also a fluid damper on there, which helps a bit. I sort of built the plinth and that on it. I was quite pleased with that. CDs are Marantz CD94 Mark II with a CDA 94. I don't know if you can see that down there. DAC. Marantz cassette deck 5020. Amplifier is Macintosh MA2275, all valve, integrated amp. It's very nice. Headphones are GS1000s Grados. And there you go. Cheers, keep up the good work. Bye.
Okay. Well, thank you for your submission, even though it's vertical, but it was fast, it was quick, even too quick. Thank you also for showing yourself. If you guys, I have no problem in doing that. Please do, because it's better just to see who's talking. I like that. Actually, you look pretty much like Gary Oldman. There's a recent series called Slow Horses. You're almost identical. Well, you're better looking. I mean, Gary Oldman in that series is pretty bad. But apart from that, well, I love the Jukebox. Very, very teeny tiny, but cozy, a little messy, but nice, good components. Some better, some less, but very nice environment. I like it, and congratulations. Okay, guys, let's proceed now to our fourth video, starting now.
Hi everyone from the United Kingdom, and I'd like to show you my hi-fi, which is mainly in the corner. Oh, and for watching those YouTube videos, we've got an LG 65-inch nano-cell television. So, onto the hi-fi. Well, for listening, we use the Monitor Audio Bronze speakers. They sound really nice, very happy with those. For a bit of nighttime listening, we've got the Bauer Dynamic headphones, DT990 Pros. Selection of audio cassettes when I do a bit of recording from Maxell, TDK and Sony. Recently got back into vinyl a little bit, and a friend from work sold me his Project Primary E turntable, which really happy with. It sounds nice. Got the Autophone cartridge. Sorry if you can see a little bit of dust, but keeping black equipment clean all the time's impossible. Moving down to the Marantz PM7000N streaming amplifier. Got Tidal at the moment, and that sounds absolutely fantastic. And then going down to a machine that my dad used to own. He used to really like his Sony mini discs, and that sounds great too. And then we've got some cassette decks from Yamaha, the KX393 and the Nakamichi CR2E. Both sound really nice. And then for a little bit of CD recording, I've got the Pioneer PDR 509. So I've got a sweet little humble setup, and a few LPs in the corner and CDs. Quite like the Dire Straits, as you can tell. And then just briefly moving into the other room, got a few other machines I'm deciding what to do with, as in placement. And recently got back into VHS hi-fi, or Super VHS hi-fi. So I bought a couple of tapes off eBay, and I've had some really good results with that. This machine sounds excellent. This is the Panasonic HS1000. I originally bought it in the 90s. And yeah, that's a really nice bit of kit if you want to get back into VHS hi-fi, or you're just starting out with it. And then briefly moving on to possibly a machine that's as good as a high-end Nakamichi is the Pioneer CTS 830S cassette deck. That just makes any tape sound incredible. It's a fantastic machine. And then just going a little bit back in time, recently bought some new belts and give it a little service, and the 1978, I believe, Sansui cassette deck, the SC1110, is really nice clean machine that, and it sounds sweet. And then moving finally on to a deck that my dad used to own and bought new in 1976 is the ever so popular in the reel-to-reel world, the Akai 4000DS Mark II. And like to get her out and give her a run now and again, keep her going. Just recently put a new pinch roller on her, I bought from abroad, and she's running a lot better. So that's the end of my room tour, and thank you for joining me. Goodbye from the United Kingdom.
Wow, very nice. I like it, especially all these cassette decks. Incredible, how many? Wow. I don't know why they're in the kitchen. Probably just to show them better. Where are you putting them all then? But congratulations for the variety, also for a reel-to-reel, even though it's something inherited. But I can see you're a tape head, so very cool. Yeah, I mean it's clearly a decent system, absolutely, and congratulations. Go ahead and vinyl, get a separate phono preamp. Okay, let's start now with, well, let's proceed and finish with our last video now.
Hello friends of Guido's channel, I would like to take you into my hi-fi system and see how much I can do in 5 minutes. The room here is for rent and I'm not allowed to fix anything to the ceiling or take any structural measures, so my room acoustics are not optimal. No, you won't get a high-end system here either, because that's not at all within my budget and I like to swap components through my 3 systems. I'm too much a child for that. That's why my sources are on a homemade rack on wheels, so that the changeover is very quick. The aim is always to develop a listening option for my very broad taste of music. I ended up here on Guido's channel because I fulfilled the childhood dream with the Type 1 GR and learned a lot about here. Only the Denon DL110A, anniversary edition of the 103, was a response to my current listening taste. In my youth I was a Stanton fan on the decks. That feeds my Atoll 100 phono pre, setting the sonic standards that the rest of my analog gear tries to maintain or achieve digitally. The latest used part I bought, also with the highest risk, is the AMR DP777 Signature Edition, which also functions as a preamplifier for my GR. An Inus Pulse Mini, which is supplied as an endpoint by a Zen Mini from my Setup 2, or a Tascam CD player, which is only used as a transport run digitally on it. My notebook can also deliver as a source via USB. These all supplied via XLR and RCA and an optional cable to my Rotel Michi X3, also the Mark I version, which is almost exclusively used as a pure power amplifier. Normally it would be supplying my 1.7i Magis, but they are on vacation at the moment because I've got self-built horn speakers from a German open source project in Break-In. The exterior design is mine. The rail here in the middle only has to support less than 50 Hz with these speakers, because the guys have more than enough oomph for these 45 square meters. Since I don't have a proper microphone and Guido has provided MP3s, here's a pitiful attempt to get some sound into my phone. Hopefully you can at least hear something. This consists of the Zen Mini, a Copeland 215, which I use as a DAC and headphone amplifier, and a Red Rose Music Passion as an amplifier. Apart from the Zen, everything was bought second-hand. The loudspeakers used here are also homemade full-range speakers, so that you can really hear near field. And when I'm really into tubes, my Heathkit AA32 from the mid-60s is used to replace one of the two amps, but with its 3.8 watts per channel it can't power the Magis, but it works on the horns. If I want it cold, then my two M1 power amplifiers from Musical Fidelity, the really old Class D, come into operation. As you can see, it's a pretty wild mix, and I can put in together a playback option for almost any type of music. I'm looking forward to further contributions to this very interesting show. Best regards from Austria, Sammy.
Well, perfect ending. Thank you so much. Thank you also for showing yourself and for the editing, for using the music that I suggested. I know it's nothing fancy, but that's what YouTube passes. So congratulations and thank you, big thank you for that. And a wonderful room, very, very cozy. I mean, you can't wait to go there and snug in and just listen to stuff. I love the fact that you designed your own speakers and assembled horn drivers. Wow, fantastic. So many different types of sounds you can obtain with all those different components. Love it completely. Very, very, even in this case, thought through it. I mean, there is a project here. It is clear. Congratulations. And what else can I say? Thank you so much, all you guys, for sending the videos. Continue on doing that. And hopefully all these ideas and solutions and setups are helping other people to get other ideas and combinations. Thank you again for watching, and remember, music is born analog.
Well guys, if you're enjoying my videos and you're enjoying my channel, please consider to subscribe by clicking the black and white logo here below. Also, don't forget to click the notification bell so you'll never miss an episode and you will become a true member of the analog community.